Like a craft beer through a pint glass, these are the gays of our lives. A show where Lisa and Avery get out their gay decoder rings to decipher the gay alphabet and bridge the gap between the older and younger LGBTQ community and everyone fucking else. And now here are your hosts, Lisa and Avery. Don't blame them.
Hey, it's Lisa.
And Avery.
And today's Gays of Our Lives, we have a special edition.
It's the family edition where we get to shoot on location with a family that are both involved in the gay community. And today we have Chris and his mother, Cookie. Hey.
How are you guys doing? Now, Chris, I've known for, how long?
I don't need wrong.
20 years.
20 plus years.
But I met you as Chris, a female.
Yeah.
A lesbian.
Yep, big old lesbian.
Very femme lesbian at that.
Yep, I was. Had my lipstick.
The
pink.
Bright,
Pink. Yeah, pink.
that was
Pink
the thing
lipstick.
that really blew my mind. Was,
And
pink
he
lipstick.
looked so beautiful in pink.
oh, and
Yeah.
you know, and I never
I
would
was
wear.
hot. I was pretty hot.
Oh, you were.
Yeah, I was pretty hot.
Yes.
It's kind of weird to
Not
say, but
pretty
you were
hot,
actually.
yeah.
I didn't look at
I
you
mean,
that
look
way
back
then.
now. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, you know.
Well, the breast cancer walk,
Yeah.
I remember distinctly that bright pink lipstick because I
Mhm.
was like, when I heard you were transitioning, I'm like, what? That doesn't make sense. She is no.
No.
Like I would never wear pink. So if I would have said that, people would have been like, okay. But you, I mean, was that just a mask?
Yeah, I think it was just a mask. I mean, looking back, I feel like I overcompensated quite a bit. You know, trying to not cover it up. I wouldn't say I would cover it up, but I would say that I just really didn't know what it was. You know, what those feelings were or where they would come from. But I distinctly remember when I was 13, was at Dad's house, and he had bought us that crazy motorcycle, the motocross thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
Mm-mm.
You don't remember that?
I
Oh,
probably
maybe
didn't
tell
know
you
about
You
it.
probably didn't. Well, we were crazy on that thing. But I remember the coolest thing was and I remember how it made me feel was I was riding the motocross, you know, out in the dirt, and these girls came by in a car. They're like, "Ooh, yeah, he's hot. Look at that." And I was like, you know, yeah. But I distinctly, you know, that triggers in my mind. But when I was volunteering at IYG, I just, you know, I think that's when like the light bulb went off for me, seeing all those young kids transitioning and being true to themselves. I'm like, oh, I think this is what this is, and then it all started clicking for me. So yeah.
Did you ever feel like you were that you were in the wrong body before? I mean, when you were younger, did you ever want to be a boy?
Oh God, yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. His sister used to call him Christopher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, yeah.
So you knew all along.
Pretty much. Yeah.
So how did you tell her when you came out as trans? Because you came out as gay a long time ago.
Oh, I remember the day very well.
I don't remember.
Oh, yeah. I was living in the condo.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And Grandma B had just died. And you called me and said, Mom, I want to come over and talk to you about something. And I'm like, okay, here we go. This is it.
Yeah.
So you knew.
Oh, yeah. I knew.
Wow, see, and it blew, like, a lot of your friends' minds. We're like, she's so femme. That doesn't make sense.
Isn't that what they used to call lipstick lesbians?
Yes,
Yeah.
you absolutely
Okay.
were. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, you were a
Yeah.
lipstick lesbian, yes,
Yes.
for sure.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's hilarious.
But, you know, it didn't shock me by any means. My only concern was his well-being, and, you know, and that continues today with all this Trump BS, you know, and transgender.
Yeah.
It terrifies me to death. But yeah, I mean, and it was pretty much accepted with most of the family and almost all the friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I would say say so.
Mm-hmm.
I've been really lucky. You know, my sister's very supportive. My dad's super ultra supportive.
Super.
I didn't expect that, you know.
I
But
give him credit. I
oh,
couldn't
yeah.
believe it. I give him credit.
I mean, I told him. He literally smacked me on the back and said, "Well, now I got a son."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so like, yeah. That's what it was. I mean, I was so proud of him.
Well,
Wow.
he and his other son were never really close.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
and Chris and his dad have always been really close, even when Chris was young.
Was he accepting of you being a lesbian?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, he was
Oh, yeah,
accepting of that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the family, I think, you know, were more accepting of me as a lesbian than being trans,
Oh, absolutely.
which
And
is
that
funny.
makes no sense whatsoever.
Well, isn't like trans kind of like the new coming out, the new
It
gay
is,
per
it
se?
is. The trans is the new gay.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's what
Trans today is like the gays in
the 80s and 90s.
60, well, I'd say
Yeah.
70s. I'd say 70s.
Well, so, and just like to put things in order, you had your top surgery first, and then you were on testosterone. Like how far along were you with all of that when you started telling people?
I don't know, it was kind of a blur, I don't know, I think,
You weren't at all. Not. You said you were going to transition.
yeah,
Because I remember going with you when you had your top surgery done. And then you started doing testosterone right after that.
I think I went and got the consultation,
Yeah, okay.
and that's why I was like, this is my opportunity to just take them off, because I went in for a reduction.
Mhm.
Oh, just a breast reduction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I was like, oh, this is my opportunity, and just take them off, take them all
Right
the way
on.
down, you know,
Yeah.
right on, take insurance.
And, right, and then like then you don't have to have like your letter or anything
Yeah,
at that
just-
point.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
Did your insurance cover your breast reduction?
Yeah, yeah,
Was it like back pain and stuff like that? Yeah.
yeah, just,
So-
yeah,
But it didn't matter to the doctor if you went all the way?
no,
That it
he
still
didn't
was,
care.
it didn't negate the,
Money's money.
Money's money.
no, I meant the insurance, it didn't negate that?
No,
Well,
yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, I don't even know if they like, I don't know how that works, but yeah, no, nothing came of it. And then, so I had that, and then my girlfriend at the time, we, you know, started going to some counseling sessions together, and I was, you know, going, to get my letter and things like that, to get on the testosterone. Everything just kind of just flowed really well for me.
Smoothly.
It was very smooth
Mhm.
in my transition.
And your job.
My job, because I transitioned while I was on
Oh,
the
on the
job,
Mhm.
So were
which
these
was
people
insane. But
who
yeah,
like worked with you like for a long time before that? Like they knew you like
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
okay.
yeah, oh yeah, they knew me. And the business that I'm in, it's like everybody knows everybody, so pretty much everybody knows, you know, that you know, I transitioned and stuff. But my staff were always so super supportive. I was always so lucky when it came to that. Because I sat down with my managers, I said, hey, here's what's up. Got any questions? Just ask me. I'm an open book. You wanna, you know, you got the balls to ask me a question, be ready for an answer, because I'm gonna give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked out really, really, really well. So yeah, then I did the started the testosterone thing and things. It flowed right into getting the full hysterectomy and stuff. So yeah, so it worked out really well. Again, covered by insurance. Yeah,
Nice.
the hysterectomy. Yeah, covered by insurance at that time. I have an amazing doctor. And I still go to him. He's fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
He's
he
downtown
is.
Indy.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
He's wonderful.
Got the OBGYN, he's amazing.
Mhm.
OBGYN, she's like, I can honestly say the first man I've ever done a hysterectomy. Yeah.
Not
So
bad.
that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
So yeah.
See, and I would have thought about a hysterectomy with the transition, which makes sense, because I remember hearing about the pregnant man,
Mhm.
that, Oprah or something like that, years ago.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
so, to me, I didn't even think about that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Would you say you didn't know about that?
No, I was just
Oh.
I was so long ago for me. Like I was so young when that happened. That was a blur to me. The pregnant guy. I started
Yeah.
thinking Oprah.
But,
and
so that's why I think I wouldn't have ever thought of
Yeah.
a hysterectomy.
Hysterectomy. Yeah. I was like, I'm just gonna take it how I get it. You know, just if insurance gonna pay for it, I might as well jump on that.
Yeah, because that's huge. I mean, I think that's what stops a lot of people from being able to go forward with a lot of it. That
Yeah,
feel
and
that
the,
way.
and the unfortunate thing is too, a lot of trans men, they still have all their junk, and they don't take care of it. You know, because they don't want to go to the OBGYN.
Mhm.
So take good care of yourself, kids. Okay.
I didn't even think about
Yeah.
that, honestly. I didn't
Seriously.
even think about the fact that
Yes.
that's still a doctor.
It's
That's
still-
a very good point. I
It
didn't
is.
even think
Yes,
about that either.
absolutely.
I
Oh,
didn't even think about that.
oh, trans men. Have to-
Trans
yeah.
men going to the
because-
OBGYN.
Because,
Absolutely.
You know, that's
I don't
so-
have to anymore. but
Brag
but
about it.
yeah.
Show off.
I know, right? But I get on that with some of my guy friends, my friends. Like, you guys.
Well, yeah, you would think of that.
I don't need to do that. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, you do.
So you haven't had bottom surgery?
No.
Okay.
I'm not. I mean, I maybe I would if I was like filthy rich or something, just so I could stand to pee. Because I think everybody would want to stand
I,
to pee.
Oh, yeah.
I absolutely.
That looks like just a way more convenient way
Oh,
to live.
I
just
bought one of
Yeah.
those Shiwis to try it even, but that didn't work.
Yeah,
as well.
those
So
don't
no,
work.
they
I
don't.
even-
They don't.
Don't work.
Oh, they don't. They're
I
supposed to be
think
for.
they work.
Well, then you must
You're
be
good.
doing something right.
Yeah.
Well, I
Because
can't.
let me tell
I
you,
can't
I peed on
imagine-
myself many a times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Many a times. I'm
They're for
just-
camping and stuff, and you know, so girls can stand up and pee. Yeah, and they would stand up and pee a little bit less on yourself.
Right,
Just get
exactly.
less on yourself.
Just get a little less on
Yes.
yourself.
Exactly.
But no, I think every woman would want to stand up
Oh
and
yeah,
pee.
totally. I mean, why? Yeah, I don't care if me on the bike.
Can you
I don't
imagine just
know.
like
I don't
animals
think I'll
everywhere?
stand
Yeah. When you go into a nasty restroom or something, you know, man, God, I wish I could stand up.
I guess I just never thought about it.
Yeah.
I think about it a lot more now that I've started using men's rooms. I think about
Because it's
it's
so
nicer to
gross.
stand up pee because you
Well,
know
yeah.
Well,
they're
yeah.
not
men's
clean.
restrooms
I said
are
that
so
before
gross.
about unisex bathrooms. I'm like, I feel sorry for the guys because women, you know, are dirty and guys can actually stand up and just squirt and go.
Well,
They don't have to touch
Oh.
anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
At the
sometimes.
urinal and stuff. I know sometimes you have to go. Yeah, but
No, I'm just saying sometimes it's not a clean. I don't know. Why are we talking about
I don't
men's
know.
restrooms this much?
I don't know.
Anyways.
But no, I wouldn't have thought of that. Now you know, but yeah, that makes a good point because, I mean, the guys you get on, did they even think about that?
Yeah, they just don't want to. They don't want to.
Mentally.
Mentally, they don't want to think about it. There's so many guys are stealth, and it's a lot of the guys that I know are stealth, and so they just, you know,
Take a girl with them and say they're going to their friend's appointment.
nice one.
I don't know. I wouldn't have thought of that.
What does stealth mean?
Stealth? You don't know what stealth is?
No.
Stealth mode?
Oh gosh, I feel so like
No.
important right now.
What is
No,
stealth mean?
stealth means that nobody knows, that you don't tell anybody, and
Oh.
you're living your life basically as not a trans man. You're just
A man.
a man, and you're completely stealth. You don't tell anybody.
That was Army or Air Force word, I think. It's stealth mode.
Yeah, very well could
Yeah.
be.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, very
So
well
that's what
could
that
be.
is. Like you're
Incognito is.
Incognito.
Well, that's, I mean, I want to think that's everybody's goal, but that's like kind of my eventual goal. is
Well,
that-
I think in a way it's
Yeah.
everybody's goal to a certain degree, but I mean, you're pretty out obviously. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
It's not really
Hello.
hiding it anymore.
and I mean, I'm pretty open. I don't go out and like tell everybody or whatever, but a lot of guys they won't talk about it at all.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
think-
mean, I
They
don't,
don't want other people to know.
if I meet new people, I don't say, well, I have 2 sons and a daughter. The one son is trans though. I mean, I just
No.
have 2 sons and a daughter.
Well, yeah, because he's.
And I'll never forget when I was with a group of my friends, and this was, oh gosh, probably 4 years ago. And they were talking about gays and trans, and I thought, okay, Cookie, just tell it like it is. Let's get it out there so they don't say anything, you know,
Offensive.
offensive, you know. And I did, and they were all like, really? You know, they were all, and we're all really good friends today. They came to the wedding last year, and so
That's
everything was
awesome.
cool. Yeah, I have a great support system of friends.
That helps. And
Right.
you, I gotta bring up, you're an amazing support anyways to not just Chris but everybody because you were a PFLAG mom
Yeah,
and marched in the
Yes, I
parade and
was.
everything.
I wish I really need to get back into that.
I think a lot of people would benefit from having you around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
It's true because a
And
lot
I
of
need
kids
to-
don't have parents like you.
I know.
They're not that fortunate.
I need to get back into the IYG and the
It was fun seeing you on throwing out your beads,
Throwing my beads out.
laying everybody.
Did I have a
Yeah.
couple Bloody Marys before that?
I wouldn't doubt
We
it.
were
Hey,
like,
Friday morning, didn't we all?
Yeah, that was funny.
That was a lot of fun.
Well, hopefully we'll get a car in there, maybe a pickup truck, so we can get all of our guests to come with us.
I still want Miss Butterface.
Oh,
It's a
well, we could do that, I guess, too.
the
but
great
what-
dented up convertible.
Yeah, well, but yeah, it's amazing though to not only be supportive of your daughter who comes out of a lesbian, as a lesbian like you did.
Mhm.
I mean, to be just as supportive when he comes out trans.
Well, I just don't understand how any parent couldn't support their child, regardless. It makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever.
Especially if it makes them a better person.
Yeah, if it makes them, well, I wouldn't say a better person, a happier person.
Happier
A
person.
happier person. You were always a good person.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way you could
Yeah.
be a better person.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, you're a
Yeah.
happier person in your
Yeah.
your true self.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Less,
definitely, a true self.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't understand people that don't support trans people. For having the courage. I mean, Chris was so courageous in doing it. I mean, it
I can't
takes a
imagine.
big person, and Avery, a huge person, courageous to do something like that. And, it's simply amazing how people can't,
And they don't want to educate themselves.
and they don't want to educate themselves and realize that.
And that's
you know.
a big part of it, and that's why we're doing this, because I didn't know a lot about it.
It just really pisses me off to hear someone call him a freak.
Yeah. I'm so far for, or a
I was
perverted.
gonna say you a freak.
Or perverted. I'm like,
Or
thanks.
pervert.
Yeah.
You're
It's
so-
been like by 9.
You're you're sitting here, are we done? I gotta
I'm
go to
like-
bed.
Yeah.
It's past my bedtime,
But
Sue.
people
Come
use
on.
that terminology all the time.
They do all the time.
Really?
All the time.
Today.
Oh yeah. Probably more so today because it's so open today. So you hear a lot of people
Yeah.
say that, whereas before it was kind of
Hush, hush, under the
hush
breath.
hush, right. And they're to be admired for being so courageous to come out and be their true self.
Well, and that's so different than coming out as gay,
Mhm.
because you can't change it. Well, I mean, you could, but I mean, that's not like a tattoo that you can just cover over per se.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not coming out as gay and going, oh, it was just a phase and I'm back.
Mhm.
It's so different. I can't even imagine, and I don't even know the courage that it takes for either of you guys to go through this. Because coming out as gay, I just was like, blah, here I am,
Mhm.
like me or not.
Right.
Mom was scared to death I'd be killed because of that. That was back in the Matthew Shepard days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And she was scared to death, but that's just who I was, and I was just, God, I can't even imagine what that feels like to come out like that, because it's so different.
I don't even know how many
It's
years.
it's a huge step.
It's probably been about 9 years.
9 years.
About 9-ish.
Since you came out trans?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, 9 years.
About that.
Mm-hmm.
I remember hearing about it and going, what? And not understanding it, and then didn't see you in the interim, because you're not really a social butterfly.
I am not a social butterfly.
I see you
We
maybe-
need to change that.
I'm a little, oh, well,
We should. We should.
We need to get him out.
get me out and get me hooked up.
No,
No,
it's not about hooked
even
up.
hooked up.
It's not
No.
even about that.
No, it's not about being
It's
hooked
okay.
up.
I'm like a really solid wingman. I'm on your side. We've
Oh,
got
yeah,
this.
okay. Mom's gonna set me up a dating app profile or
Oh,
something.
yeah?
I can see it now.
Well,
I'll say she does.
I would trust her to choose good photos.
We have a contact me page on our website. We
There
can
we
contact
go.
you with this handsome man.
A very handsome, good man.
Very good man.
Good man.
Very good.
With a good job. And an awesome accepting mother. So,
That's hilarious.
yeah, I can't believe 11 years. Wow. Yeah, it was, yeah, because I remember who I was with. Yeah. Wow. Things were a lot different then, too.
Mm-hmm.
A lot different.
Yeah, wasn't. It definitely. I mean, I saw it. Like I said, I saw it at IYG, but it definitely wasn't like out like it is right now. It wasn't like a hot topic. I think some of the family was like, oh, this is just a phase and just trying to get attention. I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
You wanting attention is the furthest thing from my mind
Yeah,
ever.
I don't really want the attention. You know, I like being able to fly under the radar right now. Nobody knows, and I can just kind of be in my own little world, and you know, but
So when you like did start everything, were there like certain like groups or organizations that like really kind of helped you go through different stuff?
yeah, there's and I don't know if they're still active right now, but it was called Indie Boys and then Indie Girls.
Oh, yeah, Indie Boys, because I went with you to
Yeah.
all their meetings.
Yeah, and that's where you know I met my best friend there.
Mm-hmm.
He's awesome. He helped
is
me a lot
awesome.
get through a lot of things.
You guys still good friends?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
totally. Yeah, really good friends, but he's a little bit stealthier than I am.
Yeah.
So I won't mention his name or
Mhm.
anything, but yeah, I met a lot of good people through there. You know, a lot of good, it was very supportive. So got a lot of my questions answered, but you know, I miss that, but I liked going later in the years because I felt like I could help other guys too.
Mm.
So which was cool.
Yeah. No, I mean honestly, it's just kind of finding things like that set up around like gender nexus and things like that are kind of really set up to really aid you in everything you need to do.
Yeah.
I just never imagined anything like that in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
So
I've been wanting to check that out, Gender
Nexus, yeah.
Check that out.
Yeah, there's well, and you know, even just like they do stuff, you know, like they do HRT letters and stuff for free. And I think about like my whole thing when this all started was how am I going to afford this?
Yeah.
And it's like because you know, not only do you want to change your whole life and your lifestyle, but like you have to do a lot of changes for other people to like really see what you want.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy, like the things those organizations are doing.
Okay, for me and other people that don't know what HRT letter is.
Oh, what does HRT stand for again?
Hormone replacement therapy.
Thank you.
It's
I'm
a
really
letter
bad at
to
that.
say you have dysphoria and you're able to take testosterone, or is
Yeah,
that a
well,
different letter?
so it's like HRT is your hormone, but it's really a letter of medical intervention. So it's also for top surgery.
So it's
and-
you only have to get one letter. It's the same letter you've.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I think I don't know if bottom surgery is a different one.
No,
I think
I think you can use it all. It's all
Oh.
one-stop shop.
So the dysphoria and that, all of it's the same
Yeah.
letter. Okay.
Yeah, and that's how you can.
I've never heard you get called by the HRT or whatever. Just the letter.
We'll see. I'm not even very good at knowing that.
But testosterone is expensive,
Mhm.
you know, and it's a commitment. You know, I have to give myself a shot in the butt every week,
Just once a week.
just once a
Thank
week.
And
God.
you have to switch cheeks or one that gets hairy.
Yep, switch cheeks.
Learned that one the hard way. just looking down one day and I'm like, oh my god.
I tried it my thigh. I'm like, no, so I just do it my butt.
I can't see it happen. And I don't know. I can watch myself get a tattoo, but I can't watch myself like.
But the good thing is, you end up doing it for such a long time. I don't even feel the needle anymore.
Well, not your butt, but if you went for your thigh, don't you think you would feel it?
Yes.
See,
I would
that's what I'm
definitely
Does it bruise?
If you've hit a vein, yeah. There's been times where I'm like, oh, hey, wow.
Because I used to have to give myself a
Yeah.
shot. I would get so bruised when I
Sometimes,
would
yeah.
do it.
But I just think my butt's calloused. I don't know.
Let's get honest.
I don't know.
Hoping for those days,
You
like.
get that, and then you won't feel it as much. So, but it's been a cool journey overall. You know, watching your body change, watching my body change has been really awesome.
I bet.
Have you
It's felt
taken like
good.
pictures all the way along?
No. But I look back at the pictures. I mean, it's just such obvious changes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my shoulders are a lot broader, a lot, and you know, I don't have the junk in my trunk I used to. I still have some junk.
Not like you used
but
to.
not like I
That's a true mom.
used to. I know, right? My muffin top's a little bigger. But yeah, so it's kind of cool to see. My feet grew.
Legs are a lot hairier.
Yeah, I
Are
know.
you taller?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Give him hope.
Yeah, I've noticed him getting taller.
There it is. There's hope for me. Yeah.
Overall, and your muscle mass, how it
Oh.
just like
how it collects, and that's like something I noticed from the beginning. All of a sudden, you just like you almost feel the build. It makes more sense why like men enjoy working out more than women. Actually, I shouldn't say that because that's probably not true, and someone's gonna yell at me.
Yeah.
But like I understand that because it feels different. Like it's a whole different feeling. It's like it's not like a pain like it was. There's a
So
pain.
you know the difference between a man and a woman working out, so you're not saying anything wrong. I mean, you know the difference between the two if it feels different.
I know, I'm just
That's
saying, like, but
awesome.
I didn't want to say it in a way where it sounded like, oh, this is always true. 'Cause I'm sure it's not always true. I'm just saying that, like, it's,
But that's awesome. You can actually feel the difference.
Oh, yeah.
You can feel the difference.
Like, you can feel the difference in, like, just, like, your day to day.
Yeah.
Like,
I can tell a difference in the way you eat if you're on tea or not. Is it?
Do you think your eating habits changed?
I don't know.
I know.
I don't know that I paid
I
attention
don't know.
to it.
You like chicken wings a lot more than you used to.
Do I?
I feel like this is just citing problems in diet more than.
You know, it's crazy because if I saw you out in public and I hadn't seen you since, I would never recognize you. Ever.
Yeah, I get that.
There's nothing about you that says female. Nothing to me.
Yeah, I get that a lot. And what's so sad is some of the relationships that I've established, even in my career, like I can't, and I want to say hi to them, but I don't approach them because they're going to be like, who's this freak? You know what I mean? They're like, who is this? I don't even know. And then you have to go in and explain. And it's just like, I don't even mess with it,
Yeah.
And it's a little sad, it's kind of like,
It's kind of like the old you's dead, and
Yeah.
so the new you is.
and I don't want to put them in a weird spot or anything, so I just kind of just go with it.
Somebody's sleeping.
No, it's just,
She's had a big rough day
Yeah,
today.
she's cute.
Poor baby.
yeah. So, but
Louder,
okay,
Minnie.
sorry.
But knowing you and being around you through all of it, not in the beginning really per se, but I can see who I knew before in you, in your face. But if I didn't know you, I would never know.
Yeah,
Never.
People will be like, and I have gotten that, like, oh,
What?
wow, well, yeah. It's been, and I mean, when I'm comfortable with somebody like that, but some people, you're not that close to, but yeah, that's kind of fun.
I've got to ask, did you? I don't remember you ever having all these tattoos when you were a female. Did you?
Oh no.
Is this all?
No, I didn't.
Mm,
I got this full sleeve when I was female. Yeah. Sure did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was something that came because you
Yeah.
felt like yourself and you're like, I want to express myself more.
Oh.
That's what, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I've always
Just been like that.
I've always been a secret freak.
Calling yourself that. I don't like that.
That's bad jargon.
Well, we know you've had a long day, the little baby has and everything, and we appreciate you letting us do this Homo Sweet Homo edition,
Oh, sweet. I like that.
family edition, with the whole family here.
I know,
Right.
right?
Do you have any other questions for him? Because I know it's past his bedtime.
I know. Well, now you put pressure on me
Oh, I'm
after
sorry.
asking me
No,
if I have any
I've got
questions.
like an hour before bedtime.
Okay.
It really kind of sets in, so we're good.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, so like. See,
That's okay.
I don't like pressure. Okay, no. Okay, so when obviously you came out to your family and they were the ones who were very accepting and those who weren't. But as far as like building up a support system before that, do you think you had friends who were in the right place, or do you think just as many of them had trouble with this?
All my friends have been great.
Okay. I mean, because for most part that was my experience too, but I actually have been meeting a lot of people recently who that was,
They're friends?
yeah.
Really?
It's well, in one case, it was this. I don't want to name names. There was this little trans boy after a show, but his friends weren't comfortable with him anymore because they felt like he was abandoning their gender. I didn't know if you had any of those kind of.
I wondered that too, if that would happen, be like that someone would be like, oh, you're you're not a lesbian anymore, so I can't. No, but I've not had that.
Oh, I can see that.
But I've heard of that.
I can see
Yeah.
that.
I have heard of that.
Really?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I've heard of that. where you're not accepted anymore in like the friends group because now you're a dude, you know.
Right, and like your last ring of lesbians, or
Well,
you know what I mean?
it's funny because I'm hanging
Not
out
that
with
there's
more
anything wrong
trans
with being
people
a
now.
lesbian. Not that there's anything wrong.
Yeah,
No.
watch them out.
No, absolutely. No, well, and
No,
listen,
it's seriously.
But no, and I get that, and again, it didn't happen to me either, but then, like, I heard about that after a show one
Yeah.
time, and that really hit me because I was like,
I can't imagine because I mean, seriously, I mean, I hang out with more trans people than I ever have in my life, and it's, I don't get it. I don't.
People are weird.
No, if you're not like me, I can't like you. I mean, but then again, I love all kinds of people. I mean, I have
Yeah.
more straight friends than I do gay, I think.
well, but the more we get into this, like, I don't want to call it a Trump era because I'm hoping it's ending soon, but the more that this
It is.
hatred is more vocal,
Yeah.
like, I feel like there's biases in every single community now, because I think the fact that there are gay people who sort out what's okay and what's not.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and in their community, there's a lot of people who think their way's the right way, and it doesn't matter if you don't agree with them, then they shun you too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know, so you being trans, people might watch this and go, well, that's not right, that's not what
Yeah.
happened to me, and
Yeah.
so
Well,
you're
you know
wrong.
what? Yeah.
But that's
I'm
your
wrong.
experience.
But this is my journey.
Yeah,
Everybody has their own journeys, okay? How I did my journey may not be the right for somebody else, but it's mine.
and it was right for you.
And it was right for me.
And you are 1,000 times happier than you ever were.
Bazillion. I'm still awkward
I mean,
though.
Yeah, well, and you're still shy and
Yeah.
socially awkward, but you can tell you're happier. You
Yeah.
smile more.
Yeah, I am happier. A lot happier. I think she's starting to fall asleep.
Yeah, I think so too.
Mom's starting to
Well,
fall
thank you guys so much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
asleep. Yeah.
I really do.
Anytime, actually.
Oh, here we go.
Well, we're gonna
I say, well, we've definitely made plans to bring you both back.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
Okay.
definitely.
Maybe
So-
we'll get some questions and,
Yeah.
you know.
And hopefully he'll be a little farther along, and he may have more questions at that point.
yeah. 'cause
I
I'm
mean,
we're-
you will
anxious
be.
to see your progress.
I'm-
I kind of feel like the dad. I'm just like I'm anxious
to
to
see
see.
it.
Well,
That's how my dad would phrase it too, so it made sense to me
Oh.
too. Like, yeah, I'll get you the progress report card.
He's
Yeah.
such a good mentor for so many
Yeah.
trans that are struggling with it, and you should think about doing that.
Yeah. And I
That
have
would be
I've
good.
thought about that because I think it's important for young trans people to know that it'll be okay
Mhm.
and you
Right.
can be successful and you can have a
Yes.
good career.
Exactly.
But it is all about your perspective and the positive.
Mhm.
It's all about being positive.
My quote that was always on my desk: "Perception is reality.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If you
Yeah.
perceive it to be bad, it's your
gonna be
reality.
bad. That's
Yeah.
your-
Perceive it to be
that's
good, and you're gonna be
your-
happy.
Absolutely.
Right.
So,
100%.
Definitely.
well, thank you, babies too. The ones passed out.
Right.
Well, if you have any questions for us, you can contact us, or you want to hook up with Chris. Contact us on our webpage.
Chris's mom.
Or Chris's
Oh,
book.
Chris's
Oh,
cookie
I'm
is
sorry.
also
Or Chris's
single.
cookie.
Single and ready to mingle.
Woo! Maybe we'll take both of them out on the town.
There we go.
Get them both out of the house. Contact us at www.laughs.life
Or you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter at The Gays of Our Lives.
and YouTube.
Alright.
This has been Gays of Our Lives. Make sure to check out the Gays online at www.laughs.life. And since Lisa and Avery don't have a lot of money, this episode has been brought to you by
Higher Life CBD Dispensary for all your CBD needs. Located downtown Indianapolis at 901 North Pennsylvania Street. And make sure you tell them the gays sent you.